Okay, so today we're going to do the second installment of the Loose Leash project, and I have a few things that I want to talk about today. First, I want to talk about your leash handling skills. It is amazing how many owners just really don't know how to handle their leash, and how we handle our leash can directly impact negatively or positively how our dogs respond on walks. So the first thing I want to do is talk about our leash. I like to put the loop in my hand and then fold the leash, so I'm holding it nice and loosely, but there's still a nice loop in the leash. If your dog is on your left side, your leash should be in your right hand, meaning the leash is across your body. Reverse that if your dog is on the right. It really makes no difference where your dog is, so whatever you prefer. A lot of people will say that they want the dog to be on the right because their right hand is stronger. If that's the case, if your right hand is stronger, then your dog should be on your left. So the leash is across your body. This also allows for proper reward placement so that we can deliver our treats to our dogs efficiently. Yeah, there's a cookie. We like the cookies. I like to take it a step further and actually touch the treat to my hip. When my dog leaves the treat alone, they get to have it. Yes, good girl. One more time. You can hear a bug in this tree. Very good. Okay. Touching the treat to your hip is very important, that it really builds excessive value for being at your side. So keep that in mind. You don't want to draw direct lines from your pouch to the dog. They will begin to forge forward, helping you get that treat to them faster. So we always want to stop the treat at our side, get some impulse control, and deliver. All right? So this situation here, this picture here, should be rehearsed all by itself. It's a step all by itself. Leash in the correct hand, reward placement, impulse control to earn the reward. I'm going to say that again. Leash in the correct hand, reward placement, impulse control for the reward. We're asking our dogs to think about the picture and not just about the food. Okay? All right. So we'll call that step 4. Since yesterday's video, we did 3 steps. Step 5 would be getting your dog to find heel position on their own. Now, I'm going to tell you, there are 2 ways to do this. And how I did it with Vika and Lydia, my Doberman, and how I did it with Vision are completely different. With Vision, wherever she was at, I would ask her to sit. I would bring myself into heel position, touch the treat to my hip, ask for that impulse control, and deliver the treat. Okay, so sit, put myself into position, and she helped, and deliver the treat. Over time, Vision, my husky, sought that spot all on her own, and she has the most enthusiastic way of getting beside me. In. Yes. With Vika, this dog here, and my Doberman Lydia, I did systematically teach them how to get into heel position. And I'm going to show you how I did it here. They're always in front. The treat is in their face. I lure them out away from me, back behind me, and then into heel position. Now, Vika's done this so many times that she's quite good at getting there on her own. Come here. Ready? Get in. That's good. Can you get back a little? Can you get back just a little bit? There it is. Good. Very nicely done. Very nicely done, my sweet thing. Okay, so you want to build up a dog who truly has desire for getting beside you on their own. Now, I did a video with Vika a few days ago, and I was talking to the camera like I'm doing now. Vika was actually off leash, and she sought, I call it in, but she sought heel position on her own. There was no leash asking her to do it. I wasn't physically asking her to do it or verbally asking her to do it. She had enough value for it on her own to come in by herself. Video for Wicked Wednesdays, and I wanted to show my German Shepherd Vika because work on our first thing, your leash, reward placement, and work on teaching your dog where heel position is and how to find it on their own. Those 2 things are extremely important in your dog wanting to be beside you, especially once we start moving forward. Okay, now step 6 is going to be discussing leash pressure. And I know everyone gets into a hurry about actually walking their dog We have to have these things established first. And really, it should be good news because we can do a lot of training without really having to go very far, right in your front yard or your backyard or even in the house. All right, so I have a food bowl over here. Excuse me, because and I'm gonna place some yummy treats in this food bowl. Come here. And we're gonna, can you come back here, please? I'm gonna hold her back, put these in there. Now, she already knows I'm gonna apply a little bit of pressure to her collar as straight of a line as possible. Yes. Anytime she loosens up her own leash, I'm gonna reward that. So she's gonna go back, a little bit of pressure. Yes. She moves with the leash, I'm gonna reward that. A little bit of pressure. Yes, that was even better. That was even better. Good. Go get it. Very good. So when you're working on leash pressure, you want your leash to be as even with the dog as possible in straight lines away from the dog. Not up, never up. We're going straight back. See if we can do it again. Maybe I should throw a pine cone around, huh? You like the pine cones. Yes, good girl. It's constant, steady pressure. Yes, until the dog gives into it. Go ahead, get it. Leash pressure is severely overlooked in our leash training of the dogs, okay? If you get your leash pressure down correctly, and they will always give in to the pressure, one, you don't have to rely on heavy corrections then. A slight amount of pressure on their collar will get them to move back towards you. This greatly reduces the intensity and volume of corrections needed in our leash training. Let's try this again. Yes, good girl. Slight, constant, steady pressure. Sitting is not always, yes, good. I'm not always gonna accept the sit. I really want them to move with the leash. Yes. Notice that I'm not, get it? I'm not yanking her. My goal is not to make her move. My goal is to teach her to override her opposition reflex. Yes, and get her to move with the pressure. Very good girl. There's nothing in that bowl. There's nothing in the bowl anymore. Very nicely done. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Where are you going? You going home? Very good. Okay, so work on these next few steps. Build up a dog who reliably gives into leash pressure. Really work on building value for being beside you and get yourself comfortable with having the leash in the hand opposite the dog. Believe me, it's harder than it sounds. Fortunately, we have no off-leash dogs today. All right, have fun with your best buddies. Go home.